Welcome back, Lords Mobile fans. Thank you very much for joining me for our latest KvK video. And jumping straight into the action, we have a Gryphon victim. Hopefully, I'm about to set up for the guild. So I've hit the Gryphon, pulled the troopers home, captured his leader, randomed away. Now telling the guys to set the rally when they can, and just jumping in, having a look. That Mr. Steen guy was actually sending T5 troopers, those precious T5 troops, being sent into a Gryphon trap. Unfortunately, I didn't unshelter my leader and switch into gear. I didn't really know he was sending T5, but he lost 144k T5 reds in the first march, over 100k T5 range and cav in the second, and over 100k T5 losses in that march as well. So this guy, the complete lemon, is losing T5 on a Gryphon trap, and that cannot feel good. But even worse still, his guildmate is now being rallied by the almighty Hardy. You can see here I've done some good damage to him. He's not got a lot of infirmary space, and I did indeed capture his leader as well. So this guy is in a world of trouble, and as soon as Hardy set the rally, this guy was random relocating around like crazy, full panic mode, wishing that this never happened for sure. But random relocating is not going to help once the rally is set. Very much hoping now he will random, save us a few carpets. The rally is marching, and he random relocates away. So let's have a look at this one. 2.8 killed and injured troopers in the Gazette. A 44 million might drop. This guy only had 4 million troopers. 2.5 million reds, leaving 1.3 mil behind. And of course he random relocated away, so you might think that he saved himself, saved those 1.2 million troopers, and unfortunately for this guy, I'm not going to let those 1.2 million troops go unharmed. So I'm going to use his leader as a tracker against him, release that leader, and you can see there goes marching home, and he can't random relocate away until he comes on and speeds that leader back. So here you can see the leader is still walking. He's been zeroed down to 406 mil, and somebody snatched that leader up as well. Moving on, we've got another leader coming towards me, so I was hoping that this guy could be a potential victim for the guild. Based on what he's sending, he does look pretty empty, but I ran him away, capture that leader, and he did send a couple of marches of T4, one march of T2. So I'm assuming he's pretty empty, so we did a test march, and he was empty at 400 mil. Gave me some points in the right direction on the Gryphon, so release the leader. Hopefully my gorgeous little Pew Pew can have the Gryphon victim trophy, and she snatches it up no problem. So he will be having a little holiday in Pew Pew's prison, much to her enjoyment. And I wish him all the best for his holiday in Pew Pew's prison. But moving on to the next clip, we have got Hardy with a rally here on a 151 million mite solo trap. He's let his anti-drop, and he's in research gear, so this is really not going to go very well. We were expecting this guy to shield, but Hardy comes crashing in, gets the barbecue lit, and dropping him down to 88 mil. A really crazy backhand there. 62 million might drop, 6.7 million reds. A big rest in peace to this poor little noob. And honestly, a very interesting troop comp there, having a million of two types of T1 and then a load of T2 infantry as well. So that cav rally really caused some damage. And moving on, we have another Gryphon trap experience. So actually switching into war gear here, I'm going to be unsheltering my leader as well. And this is because one of the players here is actually sending T5 at me again. And if I don't unshelter my leader and I don't switch into war gear, usually a lot of the T5 walks home. So I really wanted to make sure that none of his precious T5 walks home here, and it didn't. There you go, 200 T5 infantry, 80k deads. There's another 200k T5 there as well, and as you can imagine, this must be an absolute nightmare. Of course, it costs Lunite to even heal the T5, let alone build it back from the dead. So a further 80k dead T5 range there, 120k wounded, and now porting back in just to see if anyone else is going to send another march and really spoil me, and it looks as if they are. So porting back in and grabbing another 300k T4, which was double points as well. All of those beautiful shiny red castles is what it's all about in these 4-way KvKs. Unfortunately, not managing to set up any Gryphon victims for the guild, but hoping I can do just that here. So you can see this guy has actually capped me. I've left my leader out, and I actually did this on purpose, because if I leave my leader out on the Gryphon and they come over and capture it, it makes them feel all that more comfortable that this isn't a trap, and he's actually sending his leader and T4. Of course, it's double points once again, so pulling the troops home and catching that leader and a few marches of T4. port him back in and just to show him, and here we are both having a little smile at each other. He's chucking me up a sticker and I'm returning the same, but what he doesn't know is any second now my amazing size matters are going to run out of fury in the other cage. They're going to come over and set a rally on him, and he is going to be in trouble, so I'm hoping he's going to stay there. I did actually set a tracker on my ult just in case he ran away, so he's 484 mil. Now PJC has set a rally. This guy is in panic mode. It doesn't look like he wants this whatsoever. And unfortunately for this little cinnamon bun, he has got no choice whether he takes the rally. He randomly relocates away, takes it with a 4.8 million casualties in that battle. And let's have a look, a 56 million might drop with 3.5 million reds. A really awesome backhand from my man PJC, the bringer of destruction in his element with these Gryphon victims. And have a look at that troop comp. He had 1 million T1 each at the bottom, lots of T4 at the top, but barely any T2, and that is not the type of troop comp you need for taking a rally, especially not leaderless. Definitely shouldn't have been chucking up stickers like a lemon, but a big shout out to the bringer of destruction, the main man PJC, and of course a big shout out to everyone at SM for yet another awesome Gryphon victim. There he is in his bubble a little while later, and unfortunately we didn't have enough time for the second rally. But moving on, we have got some Bumblebee content here. We have got the almighty Burn It Down coming in at this guy. He is in fury, and we see that fire burn, which is pretty incredible. He was just over 300 mil, he's dropped down to 281, and the amazing thing about this is burn was actually countered. He sent in a range rally, it was countered with infantry, and still we burn this guy, giving him some massive losses. And like I said, considering we were counted there, I do think that is an awesome burn, giving him 1.8 million reds. I'm sure he was expecting to do a lot better. And moving on, we have the Gryphon trap being farmed once again by those shiny red castles, or a couple at least. That guy is sending his leader. He is looking pretty empty. Based on what people are sending, I can get a good idea of how many troops people have got, and this guy is looking like he's going to be empty. By the time he hits the 3rd or 4th army, he's sending T1 or T2, pulling the troops home, random away, getting the quest for capturing 100 leaders as well. Congratulations, Gryphon trap. Flicking through these reports, you can see he did send a little bit of T4, but towards the end there, that is definitely a T1 march. So I'm going to go ahead and chuck out a solo. Hopefully this guy will burn. And in comes the Cav solo for science, hoping to get a little bit more points and hoping to see this guy burn. Obviously I'm a complete noodle on this account with the gear, but actually getting the burn in there, 500,000 might drop, such cute, with 182k reds. And moving into another Gryphon pool, we've got some more T5 coming at me, which is awesome to know that people will actually farm a Gryphon trap with T5. And as you can see on the island with me, we have our old friend Mr. Steen. So earlier on in this video, Mr. Steen has already lost a load of T5 to a Gryphon trap, to my Gryphon trap. And now you can see he's doing it again. He's come over, he's captured my leader, and now he's farming my Gryphon trap. I'm taking the other guy a bit more seriously. I feel like I'm going to get more marches from him as he's not on the island with me. Pulling the troops home, random relocating away. Obviously I can't swap gear or anything, I am indeed capped. And unfortunately there, I did only manage to get one march of T5 from Mr. Steen on that second occasion, but we have to remember we've already seen him once this video. So starting off with this guy, he took 100k red T5 infantry on the first. On the second march, he sent T5 range and took 150k wounded and 100k deads. And by the third march, he was lacking T5 a little bit, only sent some mixed T5 in the end. And just an action replay of earlier's Gryphon pool. This is Mr. Steen getting Gryphon trapped earlier on, and it's just insane. I've had the same guild fall for the Gryphon trap in KvK, but not the same person. So you can see there he did get some walkbacks with that T5, but on the second Gryphon pool I did, he didn't walk back. So there it is, 150k wounded and 100k dead T5, and more importantly, falling for a Gryphon trap twice in one KvK, the same Gryphon trap. Big shout out to this lemon for being incredible. And moving on into the end of KvK, we've got the incredible little Pew Pew rallying Tempest 4, getting the fire burn in there. So we'll be locking that one down. As you can see, we're contesting for pretty much all of the forts here. And here we have my gorgeous Lambia marching in against RLS on the Lunar Fort. Very much hoping for the clean counter there, and it was. He sent Cav. They were in for 149 million might drop, 2 million reds. Unfortunately, he didn't have a skill stone ready. He did try to Blackwing, but couldn't get it there in time. But what an incredible way to end things up. An awesome counter on the forts. And a really good job by everyone in SM, locking down loads of forts at the end. And of course, a massive shout out to my big and beautiful Size Matters for yet another amazing KvK. And moving into the TSB ending, we did manage to lock down the base at the end, so the almighty burn it down as Overlord, exactly how we like it. And really insane KvK from TSB. We'll be having a look at that just in a moment. Starting off with the LEB results, we got 55 million solo score on the mini lead, 577 mil guild score, really not bad. We've only got just over 50 members. Valkyrie coming in at the top with a massive score. Panic would have been there in second with just over 80 million. And getting 5th in the Kingdom Wars, really not bad at all. And if you are interested in joining, please do hit me up online. Moving on into the Size Matters results, so we got 244 million solo score on the Gryphon. Hardy coming in with a massive 251 mil, just edging me out of that Size Matters KvK crown. PJC and Kelwa coming in with the first ever KvK in Size Matters, really awesome result there. And an incredible 2.4 billion guild score puts us first in the Kingdom War and also 21st in the world, an absolutely awesome result. And moving from victory into defeat, absolutely unreal. We managed to get 3 billion guild score and still lose the Kingdom War, but we won't be worried about that. It's a new world record for the Bumblebees, an absolutely insane performance from everyone there. You can see we've got 5 people that have got over 200 mil score. The incredible Burn It Down coming in with an insane 463 mil. We got Pisco just behind 452. BTD and Quartz, Pepper all over 200 mil as well. Really, really insane. And you can see there, really TSB, the only guild in our kingdom to get in the top 8 and absolutely smashing it at the top, coming in with a crazy 14th in the world. A new record for my amazing Bumblebees, and Size Matters coming in at 21st. An awesome job from the incredible Size Matters. And it was an incredible KvK. Really enjoyed being split across 3 guilds, a little bit hectic, but I hope you enjoyed as well. Thank you very much for watching. Please do hit that like and subscribe, and no doubt I'll be seeing you very soon.